Ayn Rand was born February 2nd, 1905, in St. Petersburg, Russia. She had two sisters, Natasha and Nora. At the young age of 9, she decided she wanted to be a fictional writer. She went to high school, but her family had to move to Crimea in order to get away from the fighting of the Bolshevik Revolution. She finished high school there, and when the communists won, her father's pharmacy was confiscated. This was very hard on the Rand family, and they reached points of near starvation. She studied philosophy and history at the University of Petrograd and graduated there in 1924. Anne's first novel, We the Living, is about a young woman living in Soviet Russia and was Anne's first anti-communist work. As the first of her works, she had a hard time publishing it, but was finally able to in 1936. Her second book, Anthem, is a futuristic book about a man who lives in a world where individualism is ancient and people have lost the knowledge of words like I and mine. It is about his journey to finding the individual. Her third novel, Fountainhead, was her breakthrough work. It even topped the bestseller charts. The book is about a man, an architect, and the people he interacts with. Anne is most famous for her last novel, Atlas Shrugged, which was published in 1957. She considered it to be her magnum opus, or great work. It is her longest, most detailed work, and is considered by many to be her greatest. It is a mystery story with elements of romance, science fiction, and Anne's philosophy as well. Anne met her husband, Frank O'Connor, while they were working on the set of The King of Kings in 1926. They later married in 1929. They both loved acting, and Anne even had a play published that went on Broadway in 1936. It was called Night of January 16th. She wrote two other plays as well, called Think Twice and Ideal. Frank later died in 1979 at the age of 62. Possibly because of Anne's Russian communistic upbringing, she was deeply opposed to communism. She believed in the power of the individual. She advocated reason as the only means of acquiring knowledge and rejected faith and religion. She supported rational and ethical egoism and rejected ethical altruism. In politics, she condemned the initiation of force as immoral and opposed collectivism and statism as well as anarchism. In her life and the continuing effort of her work, she was able to greatly influence American libertarians and conservatives. Anne died of heart failure March 6, 1982, in New York at the age of 77. She was buried next to her husband. In her time, she was able to write many great works and influence many people with her ideas.